Alright, so let's see the practical implementation of it. So one disadvantage with this fluent weight is that, the code makes little complex to write. WebDriver weight is pretty straightforward to define, but whereas fluent weight will have some messy code. So, but I'll try my best to explain and make it very simple. So firstly, to understand the syntax of fluent weight, let's go to the official website of Selenium and see how they are defined. Fluent weight Selenium HQ. So Selenium HQ is their official website. So in their documentation, they have provided about how to use fluent weight. Right. So this is the syntax. So firstly, you need to understand that fluent weight and WebDriver weight both are the classes which are implementing weight interface. Okay, so this weight interface provides the concept of explicit weight, and these classes both utilize this explicit weight interface and define their own methods of implementing it. So that's why if you open this weight interface, it clearly given that all known implementing classes. So fluent weight and WebDriver weight, these are two classes which are implementing this weight interface. Okay, right. So here is our code. So this is how you need to present it. But don't worry, I'll try to explain it in very easy manner. Let me create one new test. So in general, Selenium guys will not give any sample codes, but somehow they have given for this fluent weight because that looks little tricky. And yeah, there is not very good documentation to learn Selenium from their official docs. So that's the main disadvantage with these guys. Okay, all right. So I'll go to the browser and I'll take you to the website called internet.herokuapp.com. So here, is this the one? No, there is something called dynamic loading, which will be the best example for you to explain. Yeah, this one. Okay, so now when I click on start button, it will take some time to get the message of hello world. So we need to put a condition to wait until hello world text is displayed, and then either you can grab this text or yeah, you can print this text in the console. So if you do it immediately, then you will get an error because that element is still not displayed. It's taking some time to display. So we will put explicit wait to verify if this particular div is displayed, and then only we will grab the text from this div. Okay, so you can do this using explicit wait of WebDriver wait also, which we did in the previous lecture. So I'm showing you how to achieve this using fluent wait. Okay, just don't assume that why can't this be done with a WebDriver wait. You can do with that as well, but I am going to show how to achieve the same using fluent wait. The example what I have given, order purchase, I don't think I can find over the net to give this the example. Okay, so that's the reason I have taken this, but this is very good example to understand the fluent wait. Okay, now let me actually start with setting my WebDriver, or I can just copy it from my other file. Okay, so driver dot get. Let's go directly to that specific link, whatever we are seeing. Instead of navigating to different links, I'll just take this direct link. Yeah. Okay, so once you are here, let's start with clicking on this start button, and then we can bring the concept of fluent wait. Button. So this have an ID, right? I can write CSS or XPath till here and then button. Nice. So CSS selector, ID equals to start. This is a CSS which will actually give till this point. Thereafter, if you go to its child button, you need to simply provide space and write button. Okay, if it is XPath, you will give one hash and give the child tag, but in CSS you will just give the space. All right. If you want, you can just compare it with CrowPath plugin if you have that in your browser. The CSS whatever you wrote is correct or not. Perfect, it's correct. It's highlighting this. Now, okay, so before I bring the syntax of fluent wait, let's recap what does this step do. Chrome driver is basically a class which is implementing WebDriver interface, right? Similarly, fluent wait is also one of the class. Okay, which is implementing wait interface. I have explained you, right? How does it work? See, fluent wait is one class implementing this wait interface, just like how Chrome driver implementing WebDriver interface. Okay, so it's like same step. Class, new of class, and put one any object like wait equals to, and this is an interface, but here our interface is wait. Okay, in the previous 11th step, WebDriver is our interface, Chrome driver class is implementing this interface. So here fluent wait is our class and it's implementing wait interface. That's it. So this is how you need to start the syntax. And you have to pass an argument of driver here into this class, and you need to tell that driver is WebDriver. Okay, if you simply pass driver, fluent wait cannot understand what kind of driver it is. So you need to explicitly tell that it is a WebDriver. Perfect. So thereafter, if you see the syntax, it's just the same thing what we did now. So we need to give knowledge of what is the timeout capability. Dot, when you do like this, you will get all the options here. So with timeout, so until how much time this fluent wait has to monitor your object, that you need to give the maximum timeout. So this takes argument of duration class. So duration dot seconds. You may give up to 30 seconds timeout. Okay, nice. Again dot. After giving timeout, you have to tell in what regular intervals I have to monitor for that object, which is the heart of this fluent wait. So polling every, so duration dot, we need to tell that poll that for every 3 seconds. So that means total 10 times your fluent wait will look for this, for the object on the browser, because the maximum timeout is 30 seconds, right? So when we are asking to monitor for every 3 seconds, 3 into 10, 30. So basically 10 times it will look for the next 30 seconds if the object is displaying or not. Okay, same thing. But don't worry, the syntax is different here because this is depreciated. The way of writing like this is depreciated, but somehow these guys are not updating. You can see that here. Let me show you that. Yeah, fluent wait by writing as a 2 arguments is depreciated. You see that? So I saw that in most of the blogs and most of the trainers are simply blindly following this because they are just copying pasting from the documentation, but within next 1 or 2 releases they'll find that it's no more present. So the new way of writing is like this, duration of seconds. Okay, and thereafter you can write the step, it's up to you. Basically, in the meanwhile, if you come across any exceptions like no such element, just ignore them. That's what we are saying to the Selenium, that in 30 seconds what all you are waiting, in that meantime if you come across no such element, it's just ignore it. Perfect. Okay, so we have given timeout, polling, and we have declared the variable as well, but we did not give any information on what object we need to put timeout or what object we need to put polling. Okay, so here comes this syntax. I'll just copy this and I'll try to explain this. So basically it's all a wait object. Okay, wait dot, let me comment out this again so that wait dot until. So until method we have in this WebDriver wait as well in the previous, but in the WebDriver wait, when I say until, I have predefined methods like wait until element to be clickable, element to disappear. Okay, we have all these predefined elements, but unfortunately fluent wait is not giving any predefined functions for us to work. We have to define our own customized functions here. Okay, that's one more drawback of fluent wait. Okay, unlike WebDriver wait, we need to build customized wait methods or functions for fluent wait. Okay, now here we need to wait until this element is displayed, right? What is our criteria here? We need to wait basically till this hello world is displayed. So if you go with WebDriver wait, you have a methods like expected conditions dot element to be visible and simply pass that locator, and that works. But in fluent wait you don't have any of these customized functions. So let's build that. So when you do wait dot until, and let me explain the syntax now, it's easy. So don't worry about all the outer syntax whatever you have here, only concentrate on this block. So this is the key part here. So basically you are telling to wait until this method returns web element. Okay, so what is this method now? So this method basically returns a web element. That's the reason I put return type as web element. Okay, watch carefully each and every word of this method. And this method also takes the input of driver object. Now inside you are telling to get the web element and return it, which actually this method returns. Okay, now this is our web element which we are looking for, right? We need to wait until this is displayed. So first of all, let me write driver dot find element by dot css selector id equals to finish and then h4. So this element, it will wait till this element is appeared. It will not even wait like is appearing or not. It will look for this element. If it is found, it will return. When it is returned, this fluent wait assumes that I got for whatever I am looking for. Simple. Okay. So what happens in real time? Now when I run this test, it will look for this element. It is present in the page or not. When I click on this link, it's not present in the page, right? So it has to wait until this element is displayed. Okay, so right now when I click on the start, that hello world is not displaying. So whenever it's not displaying, what does it return? Driver.find element of the CSS, null. What is the return type we are expecting here? Web element. So something is wrong, right? There is an error. So Fluent Wait thinks that I have to wait till the 30 seconds because here I am trying to return web element from the page, but in the page this is not found. So it returned null, but this method is expecting to return web element which is not matching. So that means there is an error called no such element. So Fluent Wait think that okay, element is not present. Let's poll again after 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, it will try to again return this, try to find and return this web element. It's still not found. Then again, it will assume that I have to wait for 3 more seconds. Like this, until 30 seconds, for every 3 seconds, it will try to get this from your web page. Somehow after 15 seconds, when this hello world is displaying, it found, right? Basically the CSS is found on the page. Now it will try to return it. Yes, this time it successfully returned. The return type is web element. Okay, that comes and fall under this here. So when Fluent Wait knows this information that it successfully returned web element, then it assumes that the object whatever I am looking is found, so that I can proceed to the next step. Okay, but if it does not return anything for 30 seconds, then it will fail by saying that I have waited till timeout duration and I did not find the element. So basically this block is hard. So until web element is properly and successfully written, this Fluent Wait will keep on waiting. So at this moment, when you click on this link, you will not immediately get this hello world, right? So it will keep on executing this method until it returns for 30 seconds with a polling of 3 seconds. So that's the concept. Okay. So let me fix all these errors and run this test. Function. So function, there is some specific package which you need to import here. Let me find out that. Yeah, java.util.function. Perfect. So it will wait until that specific element is displayed, right? Once it is displayed, now I can go and grab the text out of it and print it in the output. But still, this test gonna fail. So I'll run this and let it fail, and from this we will try to understand why it failed when we try to write a proper code everywhere. Okay, all right. So let me run this test. This will not give you the proper output, but that's okay. From this error output, we will try to understand what went wrong. Okay, so it's trying to hit that start link now. You see that it didn't even click on the start. Is displayed false. Oh, I think you have to put dot click here. 1 second. How can it start without? Okay. But test is already done. It returned false. Okay, but it's still loading. What went wrong? Our fluent wait did not wait until this hello world is displayed, right? It simply came out of this whole block and it said that is displayed false. Okay, so let's try to see what went wrong in our next lecture. Thank you.